We are talking with Chef Steve of 1892 East Restaurant here in Huntsville, and we just want to talk about shopping locally and supporting local business, and so doing what we can to support local business. So, love to talk with you a little bit about what you guys are doing and how you're supporting the community, and also how the community can support you. So if you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about that.
For sure. 1892 East Restaurant and Tavern, we started this business almost 10 years ago now. And purchasing and using local sourcing and regional sourcing as much as feasible is a central pillar of our ethos for this company. So it's something that we sweat off doing, and we learned that there were many challenges. And over the 10 years, we've been able to partner both with some larger organizations, some homegrown organizations, and in times directly with the farmers. So the first thing that we learned is to support the local food chain. The very first thing you have to be able to be is flexible, especially Mother Nature is not always forgiving. A very hot summer can destroy their corn harvest. A very early or cold fall can interfere with apples. So you've got to be ready to pivot and move with whatever's happening. One of the key organizations that we've worked with from starting out and still do as one of our main logistic partners is the North Alabama Food Collaborative, which is a part of is a sub-project of the North Alabama Food Bank. And what they've really been doing is help close the logistics gap. So when you look at the food system in our country, it's a hub and spoke model. So you can imagine like the airlines. All the planes go to central locations and then they go out to their locations. Our food is that same way, except some of those locations it's coming from, here in Alabama, we may be able to get some stuff from Florida. We're getting stuff from California. We're getting stuff from Mexico. We're getting stuff from all over the planet. We've actually learned that the current logistics system, it's easier to pull stuff from a foreign country than it is for me to pull product from here in Madison County. So that was a bit of a surprise to me, but it is the truth. With the North Alabama Food Collaborative, they're helping try to solve some of that. They've acted as the trucks at times to help move food. They've also helped bring a lot of local farmers up to what's called accepted agricultural practices. And that is basically like HACCP controls and safety controls to make sure that they can sell into larger markets. Just make sure that there is a very strong, streamlined flow of food and product from the farm out to the population. And what that does with a strong plan in place is the farmers have been able to then sell into the Madison school system, the Huntsville school system, hospitals, and larger institutional buyers. Because although I may get a bunch of apples from Scott's Orchard and make a beautiful green apple tartare, caramel sauce, homemade gelato, really fun, beautiful stuff, I don't purchase nearly the volume that is needed for some of our local producers to be truly successful. So I get to have the really fun job of putting the exciting face on it, but it's some of these other organizations that are doing the heavy lifting and making it functional for farmers in our North Alabama region to really be successful.
Wow, incredible! I didn't know. You have quite the knowledge of all this. Obviously, being 10 years plus in the business, you're going to have to. But that's fantastic. So, we're in this crisis right now, this COVID-19, the disease crisis, and even long before that, even a decade before that, you've been saying food, farmer, neighborhood. you've been supporting local business for a long time. You know, it's never right now to support local business, but you have a long track record of doing it. So that's commendable. It's good to hear. I like it.
Well, thank you. You know, it's always been important to us, and it's not just not only the benefits to the community, which is so numerous. Right? When you consider when you buy something that's coming out of our region, so much of that food dollar then also leaves the region. So there's just direct economic benefits to purchasing locally.
Right.
Also, you get to really develop a true relationship with some of these producers. You know, you met our employee Anna, who is very much a Swiss Army knife for us. It is not uncommon for her or my general manager to drive down to Alexandria, Alabama, which is just north of Birmingham, and directly purchase $2,000 to $3,000 worth of variety of cheeses from the dairy down there, from Wright Dairy, that makes the vast majority of the cheese that we use. But then we also buy from Humble Heart, which is a fantastic goat cheese maker here in Alabama. And over the years, you know, he'll come and deliver it here. So we're lucky that he's in a position that he's out working the farmers market circuit and all of that. Well, don't know how many farmers markets are going to be directly open with the crowd controls that we're going to be going through for a while. But you know, we're able. You know, I know Paul very well, and was able to. We really talked about his cheese, his goats and his farm. You know, we can talk about the flavors. We buy the plain, but he's also developed multiple specialty flavors, and you can really have a great conversation about what these people truly care about, and you can really kind of taste that passion in their food. You know, when you buy it from them, makes my job easy. All I have to do is put it on the plate.
Right. Yeah, that's important. Getting to know people's passion. I mean, they're unheard of. They're unheard from, rather.
Sure.
People don't know that there's a great goat cheese just down the road. I mean, so to speak. So,
sure.
Yeah, that's really good. And I guess that this coronavirus, crowd control, the whole economic effect that it's having, it's affecting them as well because, they're able to sell, I suppose, less, for instance, cheese to you because your business is down as well, right?
Yeah. So, when we buy cheese, and from Paul, we'll buy it 30 pound at a time, and we'll do that every couple of weeks. When we do it from Wright Dairy, we buy hundreds of pounds, so we don't have to, make that trip. But it's, our sweet potato that we get through the North Alabama Food Collaborative that's grown by Haynes Farm. I haven't had a need to purchase more potatoes since this excitement has started, right? So there's a ripple effect, not just, from me to my staff, to the wait staff, to my landlord, but also my suppliers, who's, the inputs that they purchase to go into their business. It's pretty big, and it's gonna ripple all the way through the supply chain.
Globally too. Gosh. Oh, yeah. So you're still operating. The restaurant is still operating. Are you doing takeout, delivery? What are you doing there?
So we're doing curbside pickup, or you can also pick up inside. Of course, we have no in-building dining, no dining room can be occupied right now by guests for everybody's safety. The ABC board has made, and they did it very quickly, which was quite appreciated, the ability for us to sell a bottle of wine. We can refill growlers. I can sell a bottle of liquor. We haven't sold many, but these were things that with our license that we carry through the ABC, we could only do dining room service, but they very quickly uh, dropped those limitations to try to help people maintain a revenue.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, speaking of growlers, you also, you work with a lot of local breweries too, so that's really good. Continue supporting the local breweries and not just, Coors and Budweiser and
Right.
these.
We have no problem with those big national brands. If you want like
No.
or Budweiser at home, that's cool. We've got 16 taps that have never hosted one of the big national brands. We have only ever, from the beginning, only carried the local and regional beers because we wanted to support. 10 years ago it was a new thing, right? There was a renaissance, a birth of the beer scene in Huntsville, which now has become one of the most diverse in the country. Especially for the number of breweries in our area. So we've always had 16 taps, and they've always featured our local guys. So it's been, again, part of our character to do such. And the beer's so good. I mean, it's its own reward.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic to hear. So people can get food and alcohol from you. That's good. Yep. I didn't know about the alcohol limits being lifted. That's really nice. Is there like a minimum order for people to have delivered? A minimum price?
So we currently don't do delivery, only pickup.
Okay.
We've looked at some delivery options, but they haven't been a good fit. But there's definitely no minimum for pickup whatsoever. There's no maximum for pickup either. And one of the things that we've had to do is, all of us full service restaurants out there that weren't conceived of as to-go restaurants, weren't built with drive-throughs. We've all had to very quickly try to do whatever we could to reinvent ourselves. One of the things that we've never done in the past is we make one of the best hamburgers in this city. We use house ground tenderloin. We use special blend of seasoning. It's grilled to order. It's always fresh, and we've generally only carried it during the daytime. Pretty adamantly, I have only ever served it during the daytime. And that was to keep it fresh and to keep everything going. But right now, we're making small batches throughout the day to have it fresh all day that we're open. So,
nice.
And we've modified the rest of our menus. That's got a good combination of some of our daytime items, some of our nighttime items. So just like all the other restaurants out there, especially us locally owned, locally operated ones, we're reinventing ourselves daily, trying to see what works, what our guests that have been supporting us over the years will continue to support, and what we can also do as we operate to make people feel as comfortable as possible so they can support us, and we can, of course, support their mental and physical well-being.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're already used to pivoting, considering that you work with, the local farmers. And so that ability, that skill, that open-mindedness and ability to adapt to new situations and what's available is surely coming in really handy right now. So that's good.
Well, I think any chef can tell you it's never a question about if something's going to go wrong. In our industry, we always are trying to figure out what's going to go wrong. And you've got to, like you said, you've got to pivot. We do the same thing every day, but we never have the same day twice. It's a business about people, serving people, working with people, and food thrown in there for fun.
Cool. I like that. How long have you been a chef?
I've been in the industry professionally since I was 15. I'm 40 now. Kind of scared to do that math here, but so it's been a while. It's
Great.
I was cooking professionally as I went through college as well as high school. Fell in love with it, and it's an addiction. Once you're really in it, you probably never get out of it.
Nice, man. You're making me want to eat your food. I gotta try 1892 East. I'll have made pickup or yeah, pickup's probably the way to go, considering that this stuff may be going on for a while, huh?
Yeah, and this is going to be a long-term issue.
Yep. Yeah. So where are you located? What's the address or any landmarks nearby?
So we are located in historic 5 Points here in Huntsville. The address is 720 Pratt Avenue Northeast. We're on the same block as the Star Market. We're right across from the Probst drugstore. For the longtime residents of Huntsville, people that know the history of 5 Points, we are in the location that used to be occupied by Zestos a good 20 years ago. Zestos was a hot dog and ice cream parlor, corn dog and ice cream parlor for decades. So a lot of people that have been in the city or grew up in this city will remember that.
Very nice. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't know. I'm relatively new here. So, and what are your hours?
Right now, we're 11 to 8 o'clock. So 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Closed on Sundays. Sadly, we've had to suspend one of our most popular programs, which is our Sunday brunch. Sunday brunch is just, we tend to have 200 guests coming through on Sundays. We have the full staff during the brunch. So we would be over the group limit just by the number of staff members we have to have in the building. So we've had to just put that on hold until after the pandemic works its way through. Then we'll bring Sunday back. It's going to be well anticipated. We've had a few people call to see if we're still doing it, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's illegal. But when our regular business hours are generally Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. Then Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 on weekdays, 5 to 10 on weekends, and then on the Sunday brunch we normally do from 10 to 2. But right now we are open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and how can people continue to support you through these times? Just continue doing pickup? Anything else?
Call us to let us know that you want to pick something up, and the other thing people can do is we have gift certificates. You're welcome to buy gift certificates. We don't have an online method, but just give us a call and let us know, and we can do it over the phone. We can also then mail that to you, or we can mail that to friends. We can mail it to somebody else on your behalf. Swing by, buy a bottle of wine. If you have the spare money, it's all about moving the money around the community. So spend it with us, and we're spending it with everybody else in the community as well. And we just keep that dollar moving around.
That's exactly right. I don't know if you've joined the Facebook group, the Shop Local Huntsville yet, but you're welcome to hop in there. That's in one of the emails I sent you guys. But that's the purpose of that community, is to refer business to one another, keep the money local, move the money locally. Yeah. So, and I will feature this interview in that group as well, whether you're in there or not. So
fantastic.
Highlighting this. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, people can visit your website at 1892east.com. There's some really cool stuff. Our Story is really a nice read. Partners is a nice read. You can see really where where Chef Steve and 1892 East, where they operate, who they support. So yeah, that's a great website. Is there an email you want to give, or Facebook or anything like that?
So Facebook, you can find us on 1892 East. If anybody would like to reach out to us, you can reach out to us at info at 1892east.com.
Okay.
And that's, we can tell you what's, going on. Or if you have somebody's got a random question, that's a great way to reach out to us.
Nice. Okay. You have anything else you want to add?
No, it's been great talking to you. I would say as we're going through the coronavirus time period, if you don't need to be out and about, if you're not coming down to pick up food, stay home. That way,
right.
The faster it can end, the better it is for everybody.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah, well said. And, tough times don't last. Tough people do. So let's all get through this together.